It sounds like a brave exploration of optimism in the face of trauma, in the face of great stress, in the face of a lot of truly negative experiences. I mean, it's easy to be optimistic when everything's going exactly the way you wanted it to, but your book kind of sounds like a playbook for how to find that optimism and pursue that optimism in a situation that may not give cause to optimism. And now, if I adapt that into the education setting, as an education system, we are going through a collective trauma in the form of the COVID lockdown and pandemic and what that did on all of the different education stakeholders, teachers, students, parents. It's been a collective trauma for our whole industry. Are there any lessons in aggressive optimism that we could be applying as a system to help us navigate the aftermath and bring all of our stakeholders out to a positive outcome?
I absolutely think so. So the way that I look at implementing a mindset um, formula, if you will, or just tools, right? Like mental health tools, is to remove emotion from them. Like, you're not going to dwell on the fact that you have a broken leg. You're going to go and you're going to like get it set. You're going to fix it. You're going to go through therapy. You're going to implement all of these tools that you have at your disposal to heal your broken leg. It might not ever be the same again. Like, I'm not the same person I was after PTSD, before PTSD, but that just is. And I spent a lot of time judging my mental health and judging where I was at in life, because one minute my dreams were coming true. It's same for Nif. One minute her dreams are coming true, and the next minute she can't even read and remember the word salt. Like, there's a scene in the book that is absolutely 100% true to what happened to me. I was sitting at a kitchen table. Nif is sitting at a kitchen table, and she just wants the salt passed to her, and her brain is just like broken. She can't remember the word, right? So how do you deal with being like at the top of your game, thinking your world is going to be like the greatest adventure you could ever imagine, to like, I can't remember basic words? That's pretty horrific, right? But a lot of the time that I spent healing was spent justifying the fact that I needed to get help, denying the fact that I needed to get help, putting all of these like negative emotions on top of the actual negative emotions that I was already dealing with. And so for me, it would be to have conversations about mental health in a much more pragmatic and logical way. And I feel like the book allows for educators and parents to enter into that room in a more confident position, because they now have gone through this journey with the lead character in the book and understand what she's thinking and understand what she's going through, and kind of understand a different way to approach someone who has trauma, someone who has depression, someone who has, divorce in their family, like whatever is going on with the kid that is in front of them, or the young person in front of them, they'll be better equipped to figure out a way through it. And that's the optimistic part, right? It's not like, oh, everything's going to be fine. It's acknowledging like, oh, that's horrible, right?
Yeah.
But then not living in that acknowledgement, which I think is what happens now, is like we're so attuned to people having a hard time that we have kind of let everybody dwell in it, instead of being like, yes, and now we're going to move forward. Yes, and what do you have to do to, like, I battle depression. What do I have to do? I have a whole toolbox of things that will make me feel better. But it's only through all of this like therapy and journeying that I have those tools. And I feel like Aggressive Optimism as a book is a huge toolbox for students and educators alike.